pushing well into the high teens here, I think, through the afternoon. On into Friday and the weekend, we do see a change in the weather pattern. Low pressure starts to develop and push rain northwards across the UK. So expect rain at times. England and Wales on Friday, and more generally for most of us into the weekend. And then next week, it gets really quite chilly for April. Bye for now.
Live from London, this is BBC News. After 4 days of intense fighting and at least 180 dead, a ceasefire is expected to start now in Sudan. A court in Moscow rejects an appeal by an American journalist, Ivan Gershkovich, against his detention on spying charges. Rupert Murdoch will testify in a $1 billion defamation trial between the voting systems firm Dominion and Fox News. Star host Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity are also expected to take the stand. And 40 Holocaust survivors lead the annual March of the Living at the former Nazi camp at Auschwitz. Hello and welcome to BBC News. Sudan's rival generals have agreed a 24-hour ceasefire after 4 days of intense fighting in the capital Khartoum and other towns. That ceasefire is expected to start right now, local time. We are keeping our eyes on the ground there in Khartoum to see if it actually kicks in. But certainly in the run-up to this announcement, eventually Sudan's army confirming that ceasefire. Originally we heard it from the rebel forces, but the time was right now 6 o'clock local time. So we keep an eye on that. That is so crucial. We'd heard earlier from the head of the army. We also heard from the head of the rival Rapid Support Forces, General Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, saying he'd approved the ceasefire to ensure the evacuation of wounded civilians. Let me show you some of the recent pictures. Well, that's what they're getting a break from after 4 days. Those are the pictures from Khartoum a little earlier. At least 180 people have been killed so far. Hundreds more have been injured by airstrikes and by shelling in that crowded residential capital. The Red Cross say it's nearly impossible to provide humanitarian assistance to people in the capital. It's receiving desperate calls from people hiding in cellars, some of them injured. The health system is close to collapse, apparently, with reports of military forces occupying health centres. Well, in the last hour on this programme, I spoke to Marina El Ghul. Now, she's country director for Relief International Sudan, who's in Khartoum. Now, one of the aid agency's team was killed in the violence on Saturday. She spoke to me and described what it is like there in Khartoum.
People have been without electricity since Saturday.